How to install the lower tail light for 2016 to 2019 Prius. First, you have to remove the top tail light that has two 10mm screws right there. You can use a regular 10mm socket. Take them out, and once you take it out, you wiggle your tail light, the upper tail light, out of the way. You don't even have to disconnect it, just take it out of the way. Alright, just be careful when you pull it out so you don't drop it, because it's got a clip right there. It needs to be pulled out straight back while you're holding on it. Okay, once you take that one out, you're going to notice the lower tail light has two screws, upper screws, one here, one there, normal Phillips screws. If you look at the new tail light we have here, those are the upper screws, one, two. You can access them with a small screwdriver from the top, just like that, and remove them both. After removing the top screws, like I showed you, using either the small screwdriver or installing a Phillips head into a socket to give you more torque, you remove those and you slowly pull the tail light out. It's still attached to the lower screw, however it will pull out enough to disconnect the connectors. They're inside, the electrical connectors. There's one over here, the top one. There's one further down right here, the second one, and like I have here, and melt the lower screw. Instead of taking the whole bumper out, you melt the lower screw, the whole thing will come out. Basically the bottom screw, it's not that important, the top screws will hold the tail light in place just fine. So going back to the tail light, the top screws here, you remove them with the screwdrivers, and the bottom screw, you just pull the tail light out, heat it up, and it will come right out. I would strongly suggest putting a rag inside once you install while you install the screws, because in case you lose one of the screws, you don't have to go all the way down into the bumper well to find it. The same with the screwdriver. If you drop it, it will stay on that rag. So now you can see the new taillight installed here. It only has two screws, the top screws, but the bottom one rests on the support. There's a square support there, so you don't actually need the third screw on the bottom. So this is the way to install the lamp without removing the bumper and taking all those clips and spending like 2-3 hours. It took me about 20-25 minutes, and everything should be okay. Then very carefully install the top tail light, sliding it in here straight. You don't slap it in there because it's gonna crack. You just slide it in there and then install the two 10mm screws. If you have any questions, post it on the YouTube.